Are you guys ready? A little early here for your daily dose of inspiration, because good people are everywhere. And the social media platform Upworthy is dedicated to sharing moments of kindness that are all around us.
Now, a couple of the leaders at Upworthy have created the new book, Good People, Stories from the Best of Humanity. It's a collection of 101 true stories that, of course, showcase the good in people. Please welcome Lucia Knell and Gabriel Reilich. Good to have you guys.
Great to see you. Thanks for
Thank you so
having
much
us.
for having us.
Want to start with Upworthy. We've all seen it on our Instagram feeds, right? It is our daily dose of positivity. What has it been like to see that platform grow for you guys?
It's been a beautiful thing. I think, people need it right now. You don't find this kind of content on social media often. We've created this beautiful community with 17 million people across social media, so it's obviously very needed at this time.
And you decided to put all this into a book. How did you narrow it down to 101?
It was difficult, and that's why we have the best job ever, to read these stories all the time. But we're out there sharing stories of compassion and empathy and connection every day. But the best part is people who comment on it and they leave stories of their own. And we loved seeing those. And so we started digging into those and sharing them back and forth. And we're like, you know what? This shouldn't be swept away by a social media algorithm. It should be preserved forever. And so we decided to learn about our audience, hear their stories, and turn it into a book.
I say you probably could have made several books out of the stories you've heard. We'll start with these 101.
This is volume 1.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Lucia, you have a story you want to talk about. Brittany F.
Yes, so there's a story called Sky's the Limit. It is in a chapter called The Kindest of Strangers. Brittany was working in a chain restaurant and had aspirations to be a lawyer, but she was having financial struggles. She developed a relationship with one of her regulars who, they developed a bit of a back and forth, sharing details of that situation, and her regular ended up paying for her to take the LSAT. And now Brittany has become a lawyer working in public service, sort of giving back to her community, and it just really does go back to the kindness of strangers.
And can I say the older woman that she became friends with, her name is Sky.
Correct.
Which is Sky's the Limit.
Yes.
I love this story.
Yes.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful story.
Yeah. There's one other as well.
Aziza's story.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite. It's called Adjusting Together, and it's a section called It's the Little Things. And this is a story about a woman who had to leave her home, which had a lot of room, and move into a small apartment with her 2 kids who are age 5 and 3. And as you can imagine, moving into a smaller environment, they're very rambunctious, making a lot of noise, and she worries about the neighbor. And the neighbor did hear a lot of noise and seemed a little upset at first. And she explained the situation that brought her there once they crossed paths. And the neighbor reacted with, kind of curiosity about it. And so the kids felt bad once they heard that their wall was sharing a bedroom. Their bedroom shared a wall, and left a beautiful note saying, we're sorry about the noise and we'll try to do better. But then the neighbor also left a note saying, you know what, we're all adjusting together and we'll figure it out, and gave them cookies. So it was a nice thing.
That's sweet.
It's such small acts.
Yeah, we need these.
It's the little things.
Yeah, why is it so important to connect with people in this way?
I think there's a misconception about what it takes to change someone's life or perception on the world. It doesn't need to be a huge grand gesture with money, going out of your way. It can be truly the little things, even like holding the door open for someone, letting someone cut you in line as you're driving. I'm a total geek about these things, and it happens all the time. And so I think it's important because once you start to hear about these stories, suddenly you start to see it everywhere. It changes your perception on people, it changes your perception on the world, and the world starts to feel a lot lighter in that way.
Oh, I love that so much. Can we keep sharing stories with you guys? Are you still accepting stories?
Absolutely. We have the kindest comment section on the internet, as we like to say. So go check out at Upworthy. You don't normally read the comments, but check it out. And if you feel
turn those off.
inspired and think about what's the kindest thing a stranger has ever done for you, or who's a teacher you've never forgotten, and let us know about it. We'd be happy to share it with the world.
The good thing is y'all are in town because you have a book event tomorrow night. We're so glad you stopped here with us first. Here is the information. If you want to talk to Gabriel, Lucia, want more good people and their stories, they are going to be at H Street's Solid State Bookstore tomorrow at 7 o'clock for this book event. Drop on by, and Good People is out now for you to own yourself. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.